Hello everybody, welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Radloff, aka Stampin' Blondie, and I am back from Vegas and Stampin' Up! Backstage Leadership Conference to bring you another week of live step-by-step crafting. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. Like I said, I just got back from Las Vegas and Stampin' Up! Backstage. Now, Stampin' Up! Backstage is their leadership event where they invite demonstrators of a certain title and above to come for a weekend of training and inspiration, and I was so excited to attend this year. We got to hear from keynote speakers about social media and growing and building and nurturing our team. And just overall, the best part of the whole thing was getting to experience the event with my crafty friends and seeing them. It's been almost a year since I have seen some of them, and just so great to be able to gather together and be inspired by others' creativity as well. All right, let me just make sure. It looks like I am live here both on Facebook and YouTube. I'm seeing both comments on there. So thank you everybody for joining me. If you're watching, make sure to comment. Say hi. Let me know where you're joining from. It's always fun to see where everybody is watching from each week. There we go. All right. Oh, Courtney, North Carolina in the house. Yeah, I saw that news today about what happened. Hopefully, you know, it's always so hard in these days, but definitely sending my love out to North Carolina and Tar Heel Nation. But yeah, it's really all you can say and do about that situation. So sending you my love over in North Carolina. All right. Today I'll be featuring 3 projects creating alternates with the Notes of Cheer card set. Now, if you aren't too familiar, Stampin' Up! Has something that they just started releasing probably at the end of last year called our Kit Collection. Now, these are kits that are hosted exclusively online. You won't find them in any of our Stampin' Up! Papercraft catalogs, but each month Stampin' Up! Has been releasing a brand new catalog for us to be able to craft with. Now, these are perfect for on-the-go crafting or beginner stampers, those that maybe don't want a lot of supplies. I know sometimes I just want to have a kit ready to go where I don't have to prep anything. The designs are already made and all I have to do is pull everything out and start creating. Sometimes those are the best because I do a lot of class prep work and design and I just want to craft for fun, and these kits are perfect. Now, I have a couple of quick announcements that I'll be going over before I jump into my projects here today. So let's go ahead and start that, and then we'll work on our designs here. So the first thing I have is, don't forget, Thursday is the last day for my August Fun in the Sun promotion. This is hosted exclusively through myself. This is not available through Stampin' Up! So any orders of $30 or more will receive additional items. As your order increases in value, my give back to you increases as well. So I have a website log with all of the details on this, but if you want to place an order, all you have to do is email me your order at stampinblondie@gmail.com. I'll be able to compile your order for you, and we'll be able to discuss any fun extra goodies that you want to add onto your order for free from myself. So this is only through the end of this month, and it's best to email me your order if you place your order online through the website. I can't add your additional free goodies on there, and then you'll have to wait for 2 different orders to arrive. So if you email me your order, then I can include it with that and you'll get it all at the same time. So starting at $30, you get a free package of embellishments of your choice. At $50, a free package of designer series paper. At, I think I just had the paper. Where did it go? Well, it goes up from there. So it includes a free product credit of your choice, a shopping spree, $25 and $40. But The details on this are found on my website, stampandblondie.com, and I've also put a link in the description of this video. But this ends this Thursday evening, this coming Thursday, when August ends. That's my Fun in the Sun summer special. I do that every year. So that is that. All right, next up, also ending Thursday, is my holiday catalog paper share. Every year when I do a paper share, I always post pictures of what it looks like when I'm packaging it all up, and I always have people say, where can I get one of those? And unfortunately, I don't open it back up once the registration has closed. So definitely make sure, if you are interested in my annual paper share. Now, what is a paper share? You'll receive all of the paper from the new upcoming holiday mini catalog. You'll receive a sheet of everything. All designer series paper, specialty designer series paper, glow-in-the-dark specialty paper, and some of them are beautiful. I have a package of one of them right here, and look at you, foil paper and this beautiful designer series paper. So this is all included in your paper share. Now, paper shares are cut to 6 by 6, so you get a little sampling of every sheet of new paper from that from the mini catalog. And you have two options of pickup here in Tucson or shipped if you are not local to me. So deadline to sign up for this is this Thursday. You don't have to pay right now. All you do is fill out the form to get on my list, and I will be in contact with you on September 1st for payment information. So paper share is always a good way to budget your purchases, get a little sampling of everything, and then when you find that one package of paper that you really love, then you can invest in the full package and create more projects with that. So this is a great way just to get a little sampling of everything from the upcoming catalog, and the link to all the details on that is found in the description of this video already. All right, next up, last week I kind of did a little sneak peek, but because it is the last Monday of the month, I wanted to give everybody an update on where I am on earning the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. So last time I showed you this graphic, you have to have 40,000 points to earn the incentive trip. Now, I will say only the top less than 1% of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators earn the incentive trip. So last year, out of 56,000 worldwide demonstrators, less than 400, I think it was like 370, earned the incentive trip, and I earned that last year. So this year's trip is to Mexico, and I'm getting so close to earning this trip, so I wanted to give everybody an update on where I am. So last time I was at 34,000 points, and right now I am at 38,500 points. So I'm getting so close to earning the incentive trip. I could not have done this without you. All of your love and support and cheering me on the sidelines and placing orders and attending my classes. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I know that I could not have done this without you and the amazing Stampin' Blondie team. So thank you everybody. I'm getting so close to being able to relax on a beach with a little drink with a little teeny tiny umbrella in it, and I'm so excited to be able to earn that for the third time in a row. Yeah, this will be my third year that I earned the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. All right, moving on. Oh, the last thing I have is the mini catalog. So I talked about the paper share a little bit. The Stampin' Up! Holiday mini catalog, it runs through December 6th through the first week in January. I think it's January 3rd. So this catalog starts next week. If you have not placed an order with me or are not currently working with another demonstrator and you would like a copy of the catalog, it's free. There's a link in the description of this video and I can send that to you. So the catalog is great. I can't show you the inside just yet, but it is such a great catalog. Like I showed you a sneak peek of that paper. It is so much fun. There's everything from fall crafting, Halloween, Christmas, and some other items in there that aren't let's say occasions themed. So this is mini catalog, starts September 6th. If you aren't working with a demonstrator right now and you haven't placed an order with me or attended a class or an event of mine in the past 6 months and you'd like a copy of that, there's a link in the description to fill out the form and I will send you a free copy so you don't have to pay for that. All right, last thing is Prize Patrol. So each week I do something called Prize Patrol. All you have to do is share this video, comment that you shared, and you'll be entered into Prize Patrol. Now, last week's Prize Patrol was a package of Knight of Navy cardstock. It coordinated with our projects that we created with the Just My Type stamp set. Our winner for last week was Roxanne Sir. So Roxanne, I think I have your address. If I don't, I'll be reaching out to you to get that. But congratulations, Roxanne. You got a full package, Knight of Navy cardstock. This is really great for some fall crafting. And you wouldn't think that Knight of Navy is really good for fall. You think more oranges, reds, yellows, but Knight of Navy is really fun to create some fall projects with. So congratulations, Roxanne. You are our Prize Patrol winner for this week. All right. I'm not going to show you what Prize Patrol just is yet because it kind of ties in with what we're going to go with today. But we're going to jump into our projects and then I'll show you our Prize Patrol. So we talked about kits a little bit earlier today, and I mentioned how I like to use these kits for on-the-go crafting. Now these are featured on the Stampin' Up! Website, not found in our catalogs. And Stampin' Up! Has been releasing kits every single month to create a new project. Now, these kits are more than just cards. We have home decor kits. We have like planner kind of kits. We have stamping and non-stamping kits. So if you have ever wanted to get into any type of crafting, paper crafting, and you just don't know where to start or you don't want a lot of supplies, kits are perfect for that. Everything that you need for the project that you choose to design or to choose to create are in the box. Everything from, if it's a stamping kit, it'll have a clear block, ink pads, a stamp set. If it's a non-stamping kit, it'll have pre-printed word sentiments and everything you need, even little adhesive dots to put the projects together. Now today I'm going to be creating some projects featuring the Notes of Cheer set or card kit. So this is the Notes of Cheer card kit. This is a non-stamping kit. And the best part about this is that all of our kits right now through the month of August are 30% off. So this kit right here to create 9 cards with 9 envelopes is $11.70. And there are so many pieces left over that you can create multiple projects, more than just the 3 that are shown here. Now I wanted to show you how you can take the project pieces in this kit and create alternate projects with them. Now if you're more of an advanced stamper or you like some of these projects but you just want a little bit something different, creating alternate projects is a great way to stretch your kit and use the supplies in different ways. So I will be creating 3 projects today featuring this kit, and the only addition that I will be using is 1 stamp set, 1 ink pad, and cardstock. So stamps, ink, and paper, the most basic supplies that just about every paper crafter has in their craft room. All right, let me show you what the kit includes. So it includes these pre-printed design instructions, and they're all in color. So it has color design and a ruler along the edge. Now some of our kits come with twine, so if you're taking this on the go, that little ruler is great. So it has full color instructions. It also comes with, now this specific kit comes with 9 envelopes, and they're 3 different designs. It comes with a little package of mini dimensionals. Now, I prefer big dimensionals, the normal size ones compared to the mini ones. So I will be using regular size dimensionals, but just know this kit includes the mini ones, so you can always use those instead of the larger size. It also comes with the pieces for the projects. So you have this kind of laser cut die rainbow piece of paper. You can use either side. This is actually one of the cards. It is a butterfly that is just pre-printed on here, and that's one of the cards. And then also these laser cut butterflies. You can use these as stencils for projects. I won't be doing that because, like I said, I'm trying to keep mine to minimal supplies for alternates. But this makes a great stencil piece as well. It comes with some iridescent rhinestones. Disregard this, that's part of the project. And then it also has these fun little like rainbow pre-printed cardstock bases, and then card pieces, sentiments. Now you may notice we don't recognize all of these languages because this kit is a non-stamping kit. And all of our kit collection items are actually offered Stampin' Up! Worldwide. So you will have French, German, I think it's like the Netherlands, and maybe one other. I think it's just French, English, and German maybe in this one. But it's different. So if you have anybody that speaks these languages that you could give them these projects, you could always switch it up. But I'm going to show you how you can use some of these sentiments in a different way and kind of stretch it just a little bit. And then it also has white card bases here as well. So the cards, let's move the box out of the way, and this little box. Like, I like to save these and ship things to friends in them. They're great to have for mailing stuff. All right, the actual kit makes 3 different cards, and I want to show you the actual cards it makes, and then I'll show you the alternates that we're going to make. So here's the first card that the kit makes. It has this die cut butterfly, and then you add the pre-printed sentiment, and then you can embellish with little rhinestones. Very easy. If you have kids or grandkids, this kit is perfect because with no stamping, you don't have ink pads with little hands getting all over the place with that and getting inky. So these are great for kid classes as well, if you're wanting to do a kid class with your kids or your grandkids. Now, my alternate project I'll be showing you is this. So I just used one stamp set, the Charming Sentiments stamp set, and 1 ink pad, Misty Moonlight. That's it. I used all the other, and cardstock, Misty Moonlight cardstock. So this could be switched out with any color coordinating cardstock you have, any sentiment you have, to be able to create this project. And I did add some twine, so that is another thing, a little embellishment that I used there. So that is one of the projects. The card kit makes this card. So a little note of cheer, and it may be kind of hard to see on the camera. It says, "I am here for you today and always." So pre-printed sentiments, and this is what the card kit makes. The alternate that we're gonna make is this. So the addition of old olive cardstock is the only thing that I added to this card that's not in the card kit. Now you may say, where did this piece of designer series paper come from? And that is because I took an envelope and cut the envelope up, and I used it as pattern paper. So I'll show you how I did that. So we have our regular card that the kit makes, and then the alternate card that we use with kit pieces. All right, and the last one, this is what the kit makes. So we just have, it says, "You're on my mind and in my heart," with those pre-printed, pre-laser cut embellishments, the butterflies. And then this is the alternate. The only thing I added here was a piece of twine, a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock, and a little scrap of old olive cardstock. So I'll show you how to create these alternate projects, but I wanted to show you the comparison of what the box makes and what we're gonna make here today. All right, let's put these alternate projects, or the original projects, off to the side. And we're going to talk about Prize Patrol. So today's Prize Patrol is actually a kit, but this is a stamping kit. So I know a lot of you are crafters already, so we're going to be creating the Prize Patrol today is called the Robot Buddies Kit. Now, because this is a stamping kit, this is a little more hefty than the kit that I'm showing you, and it has a little bit more steps to put the cards together. Still a great card kit for those mommy and me or granddaughter, you know, kids, grandkids. So this is our Prize Patrol for this week, the Robot Buddies Kit. As you can see on the back here, you have these fun little like googly eyes to put on the robots, and because it is a stamping kit, you get a clear block. You get the robot stamp set, so because it's a stamping kit, it has a stamp set, and this kit is a little bit different than some of our other stamping kits. It has 2 ink spots, Pumpkin Pie and Bermuda Bay. So this is our Prize Patrol for this week. All you have to do is share this video and comment that you shared, and you'll be entered in to win the Robot Buddies kit. So a little bit more advanced than the crafting kit that we're going to work on today, but that's our Prize Patrol, as I know a lot of you are more advanced crafters, so that's what we're going to give for Prize Patrol today. So I hope you guys like that one. All right, we're going to start on this kit card here first. So for this one, I have also, don't forget, my project PDF tutorial. So you can see how different the tutorial sheet looks this week. Very minimal supplies used to create these alternate projects. And a lot of it we already have in our craft room, or it can be swapped out for colors that we already do have. So Melon Mambo cardstock, old olive cardstock, and linen thread. That's all we're using for our first project. And you can still do the class of the week, and I will send you the cardstock projects, and then also a roll of ribbon. This is for the $30 order. If you place a $30 order on my website using that host code below, I will send you this. This is the basic kit this week. And then $50 or more, I'll send you an additional embellishment, just because there's not a lot to our kit this week, but I'll send you 2 embellishments this week, the roll of thread and then something else. Little sneak peek there. All right, our first project here, we're gonna use 2 pieces of paper. That's it. A Melon Mambo cardstock and old olive. So the first thing we're gonna do is fold our Melon Mambo in half. And this card is good. If you don't have Melon Mambo, you can use old olive. If you still have some leftover Pear Pizzazz, you can use that. You can use Misty Moonlight, Highland Heather. Any kind of rainbow color will coordinate with this. So even if you don't have Melon Mambo, you can still create this project with this alternate. All right, for this one, we're gonna use our laser cut paper here, and I'm gonna take this background paper here. Now I measured this out, but I'm gonna measure it again, just so I remember. This is 3 3/4 by 5. So I'm gonna take, you will need a paper trimmer for these projects. I think we all have paper trimmers, but if you don't, I'm using a paper trimmer. So I'm gonna cut mine to 3 3/4. It may be a little off screen with the measurements, just so I can see down here below where I'm cutting. Save this. So I cut that piece, save this. We're gonna use it for another project. 3 3/4 by 5. And this, you don't need to save this. I mean, you could, but we're not gonna use it for our project. So we have 3 3/4 by 5 is our project piece here. And we're going to adhere our butterflies to that, so we get that rainbow background. Now, the kit does not include liquid glue, but I'm gonna use it because I need to adhere this down. The kit comes with these little round adhesive dots. Some people love them, some people hate them. They're like little mini glue dots. Now for me, crafting everything with little mini glue dots gets frustrating, so I just like to choose my own adhesive when I work with these. But if you are a brand new beginner crafter and you don't have adhesive, it comes with those little mini glue dots, and you can work with those to create the project. All right, so we took our card base and our butterflies. We have our strip of old olive cardstock. The dimensions for this is on that PDF tutorial, and that's gonna go right along the edge here. Okay, now this whole thing we're gonna glue to our card base. So you can use whatever adhesive you want for this, but I just have my liquid glue, so that's gonna be there. And this is gonna align with the right side of our card base. So in the middle, but aligned all the way to the right. And I like the liquid glue because I have a few seconds to move my paper and align it where I need it. Okay, I talked about how these sentiment pieces are in different languages. Now, to maximize our usage of as many sentiments as we can, you'll note this one, a little note of cheer, is in English, but the one right below it says the word note. So forgive me, I think that's French. I'm not sure exactly, but it still says note. So we're gonna take our scissors and we're just gonna trim that out of there. So we can still create another project using a little note of cheer as our sentiment piece, and this one will still read note right on there. We're gonna adhere that with some dimensionals, just one large dimensional, and that'll go right in the upper left corner. The kit has these iridescent rhinestones, and they come in 2 different sizes. So they're small and large, and we're gonna use both. Again, you can use, you can pick them off if you don't have a take your pick tool, but I like to use the spatula end of my take your pick tool. And we're gonna take a large, put it up here, and a small gem there, a large gem here, and a small one right down here, and a little bit of this twine. Whatever ribbon you have, you can use as your alternate, but we're just gonna use one piece of the linen thread, and we're gonna adhere this with a mini glue dot. So that sheet of little glue dot adhesives that comes with the kit, you can use it to glue down some ribbon too if you want to add it to your kit card. And I'm just gonna trim the edges here and adhere this with a glue dot. Where's my glue dots? There they are. Now, I wanted to, like I mentioned, I wanted to try to create these projects with as little supplies as I could. A lot of projects that you see myself and other demonstrators create have a lot of supplies to them. So you have your stamp set, your bundle, your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, your ink pads, and all. So I wanted to create something that maybe somebody who is on a budget that may not have the additional income to be able to spend all that can still create really beautiful projects with minimal supplies that they may have in their craft room already. So here's our first project featuring an alternate from the Notes of Cheer card kit with the gems that were in the kit, everything except the card base Melon Mambo, our old olive strip of scrap. That was just a scrap piece of old olive that I have and some linen thread. So I hope you guys like this one, very simple, and I'll bring in the original card from the kit. So here's the original card the kit created, and here is our alternate project. Still has that really fun rainbow background, but just a little bit different to create some fun projects here. So that is our first card today with the Notes of Cheer kit. So I hope you like that one. very simple. And even if you are a very advanced crafter, you like to have everything, sometimes it's always fun to just do some simple stamping and getting back to basics. All right, our next card features this here. Now this card is probably the one that has the most supplies on it today. We have a sheet of Misty Moonlight cardstock, Misty Moonlight ink, and a Charming Sentiment stamp set. Now this Charming Sentiment stamp set, this is from our annual catalog. This is actually offered in a bundle, but I'm only using the stamp set because there's so many different sentiments on here that unless you want to die cut around every single word, you can still use the stamp set just by itself for the sentiments. And I really like the mixing of the fonts that they did here. So I'm going to be using the one that says, "Hey there." And where is my stamp? Where did it go? I cleaned off my desk like right before I got started, and I think I put it down here. Maybe. Let's see. You know, we have all these. Here's my cards from last week. We have our whole, like, here it is, our whole stash of extra supplies to put away, and here's my little bucket of them to put away from last week. After last week's Makers Monday, I had so much stuff to do to get ready for going to Vegas for leadership that I just closed the door and walked away. All right, this one here is our card kit, just a piece of Misty Moonlight cardstock. That's it for this one. So 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we're gonna use our bone folder to crisp our line up. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna use that "Hey There" stamp, and we're gonna use Misty Moonlight ink. If you don't have Misty Moonlight ink, you can choose whichever color of ink pad coordinates with whatever color of cardstock you have. And I'm just stamping it back and forth down the side. Again, any stamper, beginner to advanced, can do that. All you do is just stamp right down one side of the card. That's it. That's all the stamping we're going to do today. Now this card kit, like I showed earlier, has these really fun little butterfly cards. And I didn't want to cut this up because it is very cute. But sometimes you got to cut it up to make something even cuter. Now when you cut it down where it connects, it kind of has these little harsh edges. So I'm just going to take my scissors and kind of round that out a little bit, as much as I can on the paper, so it doesn't look like it was connected to something else. Now you still have this butterfly. You can do something else beautiful with this, but I'm just going to toss that off to the side because I can use that for something else later. What is the name of the stamp set? Oh, here it is. It's called Charming Sentiments, and it is found in the annual catalog. And there's actually dies to cut out all of these words. But I like it because it has a lot of good sentiments. Thank you, beyond grateful, faith over fear. There's a lot of good sentiments, and the mixture of fonts is really fun. So that's Charming Sentiments. I use that a lot for just looking for a sentiment. All right, we're gonna adhere our butterfly to our card base. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my liquid glue, and I'm only gonna add glue to about half of that. I don't want to waste too much glue, so I'm just gonna add a little bit there. Now you will need, I like to use bigger scissors for this part. The paper snip size is great, but I found that bigger scissors work just a little bit better for this. So you're gonna trim your paper to be flush with your Misty Moonlight card base, and there is the butterfly. So kind of does that. Now you could do the same thing on another sheet of cardstock and do just the opposite. Do "Hey There" down this side, and then you have this half of the butterfly, and it'll still be a great card. So again, another way to stretch the stamp set or the card kit. Okay, so we've got that. Now the sentiment pieces, unfortunately, I went through all of these to try to see if there's any sneaky little words that I could cut out of here. Unfortunately, the words that are in other languages don't fit like that last note one did. So you can only use the English ones. I mean, unless you speak a different language, you can use them. But these sentiments, there's enough to create 9 projects all in English. So even if you don't want to do different languages, there's enough supplies for the entire kit to do everything in English. So, and just taking my take your pick tool and poking out the little circles that are on the sentiment piece. You can also leave it on there, and I just kind of like to fold them back and pop them off that way. There we go. Get all these little circles out of here. Now this one we're gonna add on with dimensionals, and I'm still gonna use the larger ones, but you can use the small ones that are included in the kit. I try to save my small dimensionals for stuff that only small dimensionals will fit on, and since the large ones fit on here, I'll just use the large ones. All right, that's gonna go there. And then we're gonna take 2 pieces of the twine, or you can use whichever ribbon you have and cut. If you're using ribbon, I just suggest 1 strand of ribbon, but if you're gonna do this linen thread, 2. Just pull it to kind of straighten it out. That makes it easier to tie. And then wrap it around, pull it through. And then you can make it whatever size you want. I like to cut just a little bit more ribbon than what I need. Just for me, it's easier to hold on to. But I know some people like to get the exact amount that they need. But for me, it's just easier to tie it when I have a little longer strands to work with. And then another glue dot on the back of this. So you can use the glue dots that are in the kit, and that's gonna go right down here in the corner. Now, final touch, we're gonna come in with those iridescent gems, the rhinestones, and we're gonna do a large one here, a smaller one there, a large one here, and another small there. And that is our second alternate. So very easy. Again, super simple with the addition of just 1 stamp, 1 ink pad, 1 piece of cardstock. And then here's our alternate and our card from the kit. Very simple to put together, and it makes a really fun little sentiment. It says, and I tried to tie the sentiment together with what this sentiment says. So it says, hey there, you're on my mind and in my heart. So it kind of ties it all together, but there's the 2 projects for that. I hope you guys like that one. That's probably my favorite one that we're making here today. All right, our last card here is the card from the kit, a little note of cheer with this really fun laser rainbow background there. And then our alternate card. So we have the Old Olive piece of cardstock. That's it for this card, Old Olive. And again, whatever color you have in your craft supply will work for this. You can use the Melon Mambo all the way to Pretty Peacock would work for this too. So we've got our Old Olive piece. Let me see here just a second. Let me grab this. Sorry. It looked like I had a random person commenting on my lives. I don't know who he is, so I had to hide that message. I apologize if anybody got a weird message from him, but I don't know who he is, and so I blocked him. Easy peasy. We don't need anybody like that on this. This is all positive here. Okay, so for this one, I talked about how we have our envelopes, and they have these really fun pattern paper designs in the background. Now, I like to do this a lot when I get my paper pumpkin kits, because the paper pumpkin envelopes usually have these fun pre-printed insides on here as well. So we're gonna use this as our quote designer series paper for the pattern for our project. So let's move this out of the way. We're gonna bring our trimmer in, and first we're gonna trim off the parts of the envelope here. So all I'm gonna do is we're gonna cut off this top flap right along the edge of the pattern paper. So we're gonna trim this up here. So cut the flap off. And you could save this, but for me, I've already cut the envelope up. I'm not gonna use this, and this is too small of a piece of paper, so we're not gonna use that either. All right, we're gonna trim off the bottom. And then trim the sides here. There we go. And here. There. So now it looks like a regular piece of designer series paper, just white on the background, on the back side. Now this, on my PDF tutorial, I do have the size that this needs to be. 3 3/8 by 4 7/8, and I have striped envelope. So we're just gonna cut this down now. So it's gonna be 4 7/8, which is about that size, just a teeny bit off the side there, and 3 3/8. And now we have our piece of paper, and we don't need, we can put the trimmer off to the side just for a second. Now I talked about earlier about how you need this. This is that part of the card base that we cut off for our first project. So we're gonna take our piece of rainbow laser die cut, and we're gonna adhere it to that, and then we're gonna trim this off. I'm gonna use liquid glue for this, and when you adhere this down, you need just the faintest amount of liquid glue, because this is such a delicate piece. Any additional adhesive is just gonna be too much, and it's going to kind of ooze all over. So just a little bit in all the little open areas where you can add adhesive. And we're gonna glue that down here to this card. Now this helps because I didn't even need any basic white cardstock. So I used the back side of one of the envelopes, or the card bases, to be able to use this as my quote basic white cardstock. So even if you don't have white, you can still create these projects. So that is what we're gonna do for that. And now we're gonna take our trimmer and trim off these excess pieces here. Hope I'm doing this upside down. Normally I cut down here, so I'm doing it up here. So hopefully this works. There we go. Normally I'm weird. I use my paper trimmer upside down. I don't know why. I think it's because our previous old paper trimmer, the numbers were closer to me. So you can see my paper trimmer is upside down. I don't know why. It's just something I do. It's very strange, but I use my paper trimmer upside down. We're gonna adhere this now to our special designer series paper that we created from our envelope. And it's gonna go right there. Excuse me, I apologize. Woo. All right, there we go. And try to get that back straight. Now the back of this, we're gonna add dimensionals. So this will have a little bit of height to it. And we have that one in the middle because this is a little bit of a larger piece. Rose says, the kits are so convenient when pressed for a card, plus size, fun and cute as well. Thanks for alternate ideas. Thanks, Rose. Yes, I love them for if you're in a pinch and you're like, oh my gosh, I got invited to a birthday party. I don't have a birthday card. What am I going to do? What can I do? And this is the perfect idea. Now I'm taking my time explaining everything, but you can create alternate projects on these with just kind of like this. Quick, quick, quick. All right, we're going to use the You Make Life Brighter sentiment on here. And I think it goes well with that kind of rainbow look of our, here's our card, with our background there. We're going to add dimensionals to this. Like I like to go to Crafting Crops, and these are perfect. The first time I ever attended a crop, I brought my whole craft room with me. I basically had everything. You want to know how many projects I got done that day? 0. I was chatting with my friends and just, you know, hanging out and enjoying going to the event. And so I've learned from now on, I take paper pumpkin kits, I take just any kind of project. I'm having a hard time getting this on here straight. Paper pumpkin projects, these kits, because if I get one card done, that's enough for me. But I don't have to bring my whole craft room with me because everything's in here and I can just pack these in my bag and be done. And that's it. Super easy. So here is our third project today from the Notes of Cheer kit with the alternate projects. And then our original card is right here. So you can see just the different addition of the different sentiments with the patterned envelope really makes this stand out. It's very fun and colorful and I love it. So I hope you guys do too. All right, let's bring in our 3 projects today. So we have our Old Olive card, our Misty Moonlight, and then our Melon Mambo. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite today. We've got You Make Life Brighter with our Old Olive, You're on My Mind with Misty Moonlight, and then our note card with Melon Mambo. So let me know, which one do you like here today that you created along with me? I hope you guys like them all, but really this one, this Misty Moonlight one is definitely my favorite this week. All right, well, thank you everybody for joining me for another week of Makers Monday. Don't forget, August Fun in the Sun promotion ends this Thursday, as well as the registration for my holiday catalog paper share. Offered every year, and every year I always have somebody ask me how to get one after I've already closed registration. So if you want one, make sure to sign up. All of the description links can be found in the description of this video, so you can learn more about all of those events. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Makers Monday. Now, due to Labor Day being next week, there will not be a Facebook Live Makers Monday. I will see you in 2 weeks with brand new products from the mini catalog as we kick off holiday crafting for 2023. I hope you guys have a great rest of your August, and I will see you next